Post Val, straight to the point and just say, hey, this is what we're going to do. She gave you guys homework last night. Whoever was on the new agent Q&A for corporate last night, I was a little off because, like I said, I was having water things going on, and the kids were like, you got water stuff, they're trying to get my attention, and then they put the phone in my face, right? So it doesn't matter what's going on with distractions. It's family, kids, the dogs. We still do what we do. We still come to the table, and we still make our commitment. So my commitment was to be on here. I know that Deidre will not be on with us today, but last week we kind of talked about working in your backyard, right? Anybody that's on the Sunrise Call, I've been saying this forever and ever. You get so much working in your backyard because people get to know who you are, especially when you're focusing on the special disability market. So I want to just chime in this afternoon so you guys can take notes, but I'm going to drop everything I'm talking about inside the thread for each and every one of you. You can take it, you can slice it, you can dice it, you can make it your own, whatever you choose, right? But I just wanted to say, as a special disability travel agent, setting clear and achievable goals will help you enhance your services. We are a service. We're a service provider. I always look at myself as a travel professional. I never say I'm a travel agent or a travel advisor. And when I'm looking in this market, I always say that I'm a special disability, a special needs advocate. Because we are advocates. Some of us is in the business. I've been a foster parent. Wow, I was foster parent for 45 years, retired in December. And that's what I did. That was my piece that I love. And then just working with the school district and working with regional center, I just learned a lot of this. I didn't go to school for it. I worked with so many amazing children that had so many disabilities. So when I say to help enhance your services, your product, your brand, to better serve your client, I'm just going to kind of talk a little bit on how you can outline and detail your 30, 60, and 90 days. And I always say, when we think about SMART, we always want to make it attainable. Make it attainable. Don't try to build it and that you can't keep up, or you're not consistent, or we know life gets in the way. Believe me, if anybody know, I know life gets in the way. But when I set my goals, whether it's on my vision board, whether it's my affirmations, I claim and affirm everything that I do in my life. So when I thought about everything that was happening to me from yesterday to today with the water, I realized it's all out of my control. God is going to drive this for me, and look at the outcome. Everything is done, and now I can still get on that 7:00 flight and make my way into Vegas to be there to support my team in Vegas and go to this women's conference that I've been waiting to go to for the last 6 months. But when I go to this conference, it's not just going to be about special disabilities. It's going to be about Divas in Power and how I can tie myself back to other nonprofit organizations that's working with special disabilities and special needs type of clients, right? So number one, this is going to be a 30-day. So I'm going to drop all this in the group. You guys are going to have it, and you can take it, you can refine it, you can do whatever you choose. So we're going to talk about those 30 days, right? And on those 30 days, I have like 3 important goals. So for your 30-day goals, because remember I was going to ask you guys. So next week when Deidre gets back on, we're going to talk about what are your 30-day goals. For those that's not on the call, guess what? They're going to miss the boat next week, because we're going to help you define. And my flight doesn't leave to come back to California until 7 Monday evening. So we most definitely will be on at 1:00. And those that's on, we're going to just ask you to just kind of share with us what you have outlined for your next 30 days, right? Because we got 30, 60, and 90. So we'll say that's July, August, September. We're going into the first part of fourth quarter. Then you know how you're going to finish out your year. So, number one, client research and understanding. Conduct surveys or interview with existing clients to understand their specific needs and preference. Research the most common disabilities and the specific travel accommodations requirement for each. We have talked about this now since May of last year. We have so many different other presenters on the line. We have so much content. I will be dropping in our group my YouTube, because every Monday, my nephew, this is what we do. We even though we can't get them in the family to get into business, those that knows the business of content, I make sure I have him upload everything for you guys on Mondays. So you want to conduct those surveys. And this is me. Even if I don't have a special disability client, and I have personal clients that comes back to me for business after business after business, I always kind of have a small talk to say, well, do you know, or do you have anyone in your family that's disabled? That opens up a conversation, a whole total different door. Because then now you can start talking about, not only am I a travel professional, I also am a special disability travel advocate, travel professional, travel agent, whatever you choose to use for your title, right? But this allows you to have those conversations. Research the most common disabilities and specific travel accommodations. I know that we have some of our business partners here that have disabilities, or have family members that have disabilities. Understand the travel accommodations on what they can do, right? It's important. And even if you don't have a client and you have not had the conversation with any of your other business partners, do the research. Pick out 3 different categories of disabilities. Kind of check them up and do the mindset and do the research. Because then now you can start promoting, and you can start positioning, and then you can start sharing. Each one of you should be sharing a story or sharing that you are a disability travel agent. Because if you don't share it, no one's going to know it, right? So I have all this social media content going through all of my pages. But a light bulb came on over the weekend as I was stuck in Denver for 8 hours, after been flying for Cancun for 4.5, and didn't make it to Ontario, California until Saturday morning at 2:00. I was just like done. But I was sitting there and said, why don't I schedule a certain time every day, something about special disability travel? Whether it's a video, whether it's a flyer, whether it's just something about them. I always tell you guys, follow me on TikTok, because I'm always posting something about special disabilities. If you haven't been to my Facebook page, I think it's Special Disability Travel with Danger Zone, DTZ, Special Disability Travel and Cheer, because it's all part of my cheer program. I have everything on there. I am reposting things in my groups. When you're able to get out there and build your group, I have a special needs disability travel group. It was my cheer group for my parents, because my girls are all-star cheerleaders. So now I have converted to travel and cheer. But I'm posting as much as information, and I'm adding as many people as I can on both sides of the business page and on my group. But now, why not post it on your page? Because when you're posting on your page, and I do this all the time, I do follow or I do highlight. So anybody that's following me, they're going to get it. Anyone that's highlighted and they want to see it, they're going to see it. And there might be people that you probably wouldn't even have an inkling that realize that you are a special disability travel agent. So you got to brand yourself. Because you know what they say, a closed mouth don't get fed. You most definitely want to share who you are and share how much your passion is, because it takes passionate people to do what we do. I'm going to tell you, I know. I've been doing it for 40 something years, and I still have that passion because I still have my special needs cheer team. They're all adults now. And matter of fact, I have 4 of them that are travel agents. They're quiet, but they are travel agents. And I feed them my little small things that come through to get them going, right? So you want to start researching some of the common disabilities and specific travel accommodations to require for each. Then number 2, man, I always say this is going back to working in your backyard. Partnership development. Establish partnerships, right? You can build those partnerships. Doesn't matter that we Archer Travel with airlines, because now you can call the certain airlines that you work with to truly understand the disability piece on the travel. You might not have that partnership, but you'll be able to have that insight. You know, it's so many airlines that right now I heard that America's going to go on strike, but what I'm saying is understand your airlines and those that you are, love working with. I know that everyone worked with Delta Vacations, so when they're booking the Delta Vacations and they doing the air with the flight, doing the air with the packet, you want to know everything you can. So you're going to build that relationship with Delta, because if that's going to be your flagship and you booking what you book for land and hotels, you want to have that relationship with Delta. You want to have that relationship. I know you're not supposed to talk to the BDMs. You make sure you submit an email to your founder council member, to your sponsor, to your platinum. You have everyone that works with Delta. So you most definitely want to make sure that whoever you choose, and I mean, that's how I work with everyone in Vacation Express, not Vacation Express, with VAX. I have direct contacts that when I want to do something, I can email them, I can get my quotes, I can do whatever I want. So you want to build those relationships with the airlines, the hotels, your tour conductors that offer specialized services for travel with disabilities. It's just picking up that phone, making a phone call, building that list, building the list of suppliers, tour conductors that you want to work with. There are, you know what, you can always Google it and see who's out there based on that specific travel that you're looking to do, right? And you might have some of you guys that want to book everything, and that's great, because that's going to make you set yourself aside to some of the other travel agents, because now you're looking to be a full service provider for your business when it comes to special disabilities. You guys have 2 businesses, believe it or not. You have your regular travel business and you have your disability business. And I look at that as 2 different things and 2 different streams of income. If you haven't thought about that, 2 different line of business. And you really got to start thinking about to make sure that you're paying yourself back, right? Yes, we get paid all these commission dollars. We do all this stuff. Just like I tie 10% to church, I tie 10% back to myself into a reserve account and take care of everything else I need to take care of and save whatever we want to save. But you got to make sure that you are paying yourself back. So what I'm saying is, when you're able to specialize in certain services for your clients, then build those relationships, because you might find an hotel chain that might work with you directly. You might find a tour conductor that's not part of Archer, that you can build that relationship and putting things together. Let's go back and working in your backyard and building your own tours for those that lives in your local community. It's no different. I mean, I'm in LA. I shared everything last week that what I can do in Southern California. Well, I'm not in LA, I'm in Chino, which is an hour out of LA. But it showed everything I can do all the way down to just below the Bay Area, all the way out to San Diego. There were tons of things that I can do for my client. So why not put a package together, Patrice, for those clients and post them? So I'm just trying to get you guys in that mindset of building those partner relationships. I do it with everything that I do with Divas Empower. I use Diva Empower as my flagship for me to get into a lot of things, because once I tell them who we are and that we focus on special disabilities, domestic violence, critical care, all of that, homeless, it opened up a whole different sector for us. And then, oh, by the way, we're travel agents. So I'm going to a convention that I was reached out to. I became a platinum sponsor. Now they're looking at me to be their travel agent. Imagine, not just to be their travel agent, but looking at some other things that we also can do. That's why I say you got to be out there. You got to build those partnerships. You got to build those relationships, but it's going to start in your backyard. And first thing you might say, well, how do I do that, Patrice? You go back and Google in your backyard. Autism, Down syndrome, blindness, regional center. You know, it's so many different types of disabilities. You just need to list them and figure out which one that you really want to focus on, or be that full provider that's going to provide all the services. It's all left up to you on what you want to do. So you're going to reach out to the local disability organizations to build a network and to understand your community better. Who is better to understand their community? You. When I think about my community, yes, I'm in Chino Valley, but I can drive 5 minutes and I'm in Pomona, California. I could drive up another 10 minutes the opposite way and I'm in Diamond Bar. Or I can go 15 minutes up the freeway and I'm in Orange County. So when I think about how broad I can expand and what I do and have my headquarters in Monrovia, it still give me a range that I'm tapping into those local communities, those local organizations, so I can continue to build the relationship. And it's not always about selling them something. It's about educating them. And when they know that you want to try to help and educate them, they're going to be more open to have dialogue and have that conversation with you. So you're going to reach out to your local disability organizations to build a network and understand your community better. So what is a better way? Go into Google. I live in Chino Valley. Nope. I reside in San Bernardino County. Please provide me with the local disability organizations. Put it in there, boom. All of those organizations are going to come out. It's no different than you posting an ad for travel or posting an ad for team building. You're selling your company and you're selling you. So I'm going to challenge each and every one of you. So when you get on the call next week, because you're going to have all of this, I'm going to hit each of these and just kind of get an idea where you guys are. Not putting anybody on the front, you know, putting you guys out there is getting you shifting your mindset. I'm using this as an example. My grandbaby is just turned 11. She's been cheering all her life. She learned how to cheer by the age of 1. She learned how to cheer by my special disability cheer team. She would come to every practice. I couldn't do anything. And then when I started practicing here at home, she never wanted to go home with her parents. She was always with me. I would take her to all the cheer competitions. Now she's 11 and she is a beast in what she does. And one of the cheer coach gym owners had a conversation with my daughter and said, my daughter needs to shift her mindset because she's 11. Yes, she have all the skills, but she's too tall. And that we're looking for the small, petite little girls to be flyers. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys what I said to my daughter, so you imagine what I said. I said, who does she think she is to be telling you that my grandbaby needed to be shifting her mindset at the age of 11 because she's thinking that she's going to be going through puberty real soon. I said she had lost it. We're not going to have a conversation with my 11-year-old, and we're not going to shift her mindset. We're going to show her and teach her, you go out to get what you want. If you want to be a flyer and you only want a tumble, then guess what? That's what we're going to do. But you're going to have to do your homework. You're going to have to find a gym that you're going to have us traveling for the next couple of weeks. And you're going to try out at all the cheer gyms that's possibly is. And you're going to find a gym that you have built that relationship or the connection. And family, she did. Yes, we're going all the way out to East LA. It's a total mind shift for her because now she's cheering with minority children and not just a certain set of children. And now she loves it. So now she get to volunteer like they do with us, with the divas at our resorts and at our fundraising, at our pieces that we do for SoFi. What I'm saying to you guys is you're never too late to shift your mindset on anything that is important to you. And you have a passion for it. And I'll tell you, I will talk special disabilities till I'm purple in the face. People said you just can see how excited. I get excited because when you're able to just to change their life in one thing and travel, and they can travel, wow. I had my family on the cruise last week, and let me tell you, I thought the elderly people in the wheelchairs was going to drive me crazy. It was not them. It was the older, it was the children and the grandchildren. So what I'm saying to you is that each and every one of you on this call need to be reaching out to one of your local communities, disability organization, and just introduce yourself. That you want to educate them how they can travel and how they can travel, how you can do fundraising. You just got to package it and put it together. So let's talk about number 3. Number 3 on the 30-day goal is your website and your social media presence. Well, we all know that our website is standard. Some of us have private websites. Some of us have Canva websites. Some of us have landing pages. You want to make sure that you have a presence. And if you don't, you can always do a job form or go Google form and put your little link and put your little video, and you can still research and get information. But you want to make sure that your social media presence is out there. And that's why I'm saying you need to build, you see Coach Balla say, you don't need a business page. You can do everything on your personal page. But when you are trying to build a different type of platform of people, I have a business page for my special disability travel. And I have a group page because I've had that group page again because of my cheer program. You want to make sure that your presence is there. And if you don't do any of these, you need to make sure that you are posting on your page. You want to update and create a user-friendly website with accessibility features such as screen reader capability and easy to navigate. You don't have to do that. That can be in your next 90-day, or that can be your 120-day. That can be in your next year marketing plan. Whatever you decide, if you truly are thinking about doing this, I'm going to tell you how to dive into it. You're going to have fun with it. You're going to, you just do it. Tony Queenwald Ward told me when I decided to do this, because this is something that I had always wanted to do, she says, does not let nothing stop you and following your passion. So you have to spend money to make money. So why not make your travel business pay for your second business? Because this is going to be a second business for you guys. This absolutely is. Yes, the funds might roll into the same Kimble card or whatever, but when you're working with the disability funds, I take that and I put it aside. So I just want you guys to just think about your long term. What is your long-term plan in this industry? You want to launch your social media profile on a platform like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and started building an online presence. You want people to see you. I was one of those a couple of years ago. TJ Wilson said, girl, you got to get better. You got a big following. Why you just don't work social media? And I'm like, I don't like it. I just post my inspirational, my spiritual, and if I get in the mood, I just post something when I get in the mood, because we can get in the mood. It's my page. They don't like it, they can get off, right? But what she explained to me was the algorithm. And now when I look at where I am today, and I look at 3 years ago, and how I have built my social media platform and all of my businesses, because I got multiple of them, it's working. So what I'm telling you guys, you got to get your online presence. You have to do your social media. And it does not matter if it's for disabilities or if it's for any of your other programs. You want to do it. It's a must. You guys, I do it every day. And it's some mornings I just like, woo, let me make it happen, right? Because if you don't do it, your sponsor's not going to do it, your platinum's not going to do it, and you're still going to be sitting there trying to get it done. Set those doggone goals, be consistent, be creative, and drive success to your business. All right. So now we're going to talk about 60-day goals. I'm going to drop all this down. I just want to get through this for you guys. So for your 60-day goals, man, service portfolio expansion. So if you guys ever see me, sometimes I might say project number 21. I always name my thing projects, because once I finish one project, I want to get it done and move to the next project. Develop and range of offer travel packages specifically designated for different types of disabilities. You can do that. Each and every one of you on this call can do that. You have to take the time, just like I always tell my team, you give yourself 10 hours a week in your business as part-time. You get it. You're going to take that same 10 hours and add it to your social media platform. So that's 20 hours. And then anything else that is your niche that you love, you're going to do another 10 hours. They're going to give you 30 hours a week. There are 7 days in the week. You can divide it out and make it work. So you want to make sure that you can create detailed guides, checklists for your clients to help them prepare for their trip. You can do all that stuff on Canva. You can do it on, what is it? It used to be posted on my wall, but there's so many different things. I just actually really updated everything on Pinterest, and they are like hitting me up all the time. You can do a lot. You just got to map it out, make them your projects. And as you complete these projects, you check it off, move to the next. Number 2, training and development. You guys have been great. Some of you guys have been on here with us from day one. And, some days are bigger than others, and that's perfectly fine. But training and development, and it's not always about getting on this call on Monday. It's about you diving into and learning everything you can. Arrange training sessions for yourself and for your team, if it's optimal, on disability awareness and practices and accessible training planning. I'm going to start working on that. Now I'm going to be doing it here. I'm going to be doing it on the Tuesday night call with Rob, exposing everyone to it, because everybody probably doesn't realize what we do on Mondays. But there's a lot of great information and content that you guys get from here. So then you're going to attend workshops or webinars on the latest trends or regulation of accessibility travel. Your travel advisors, guess what? That's research and development. Guess what? You get to write all that off. So if you travel, you get a hotel room, you rent a car, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all of that is research and development, and you get to write it off. Keeping everything, not to vote on one credit card. I do not mix personal business with business. So anything that I book and anything that I use my cards for business is always on my business card. And number 3 of that 60-day goal, marketing and outreach. Launch a marketing campaign targeting communities and organizations that support people with disabilities. Those are vendors. My baby sister in the business, her name is Beverly Price, and she's a quiet agent. She loves booking cruises, but she just opened up her business called Get Punch, which is cotton candy. So now I seen her this weekend, like, girl, why you didn't tell me about this event? She's there with her cotton candy, and she's there with her travel, and she was there with the American Red Cross. So all I'm saying is, it doesn't matter how you fit in or how you get in. If you are working in your community, they're going to let you come and volunteer at a vendor booth. So you want to make sure that you are working and supporting your disabilities. Start a blog on your website, sharing tips. Even if you don't have a website, you can share tips on your Facebook page or on your social media platform. Sharing tips, success stories, and relevant news about a subsequent travel. It's there. You can build your own story. You can use AI. You can type whatever you want. And they're designed it, and if you don't like it, add it, you can slice it, you can dice it, but it's there. So let's talk about the 90-day goals. Woo. Client feedback and improvement. Implement a feedback system to continually to gather input from clients about their travel experience and your services. Build a survey. User-friendly. For them to give you feedback. I just did a wedding of 82. All I got to tell you guys was that, man, if any and everything can happen, when you go out for these the designated weddings, everything can happen. So I'm trying to work with the hotel. I'm a week behind, sending email, let them know, hey, I've been traveling, I'm on a delay. I need to get this to you. We need to have a conversation. So you want to make sure that you use this feedback to make improvements to your offerings and addressing any issues promptly, right? So, and number 2, this is one of my favorites, but I just love these. Event participation. Participate in travel expos, disability fairs, and other relevant events to promote your services and network with potential clients and partners. That's what you guys should be doing. You should be doing that today with your business currently. But this sets you aside in the industry because there's not a lot of travel advisors that's really focused on disabilities. And there's not, and I can tell you, there's not that many post agencies that even have a program as ours. And I know that based on, in March, being at the travel forum, and I'm the only one to raise my hand that says, I understand and I train and I know it. So set yourself aside and be that person. Host virtual or in-person events, showcase your services and travel tips for people with disabilities. You can do that. You put together a flyer. You can post it. It says, hey, join me, do live, answer questions. If they post it, answer question. If you're on live and you're having a conversation, you can answer questions. You have to be the product of the product. And number 3, long-term strategy development. Develop a comprehensive business plan that includes long-term goals, financial projections, strategic for growth. Identify potential markets of expansion, such as international travel, specializing tours for specific disability groups. By setting these goals, you'll be able to systematically build your business, improve your service, and establish a strong presence in accessibility industry of travel. I'm gonna tell you something, you guys. I didn't learn this overnight. I'm still learning every day. I still just gravitate on anything new that I can latch to. And I said, let me just sit and outline something for you guys to help you get there. So my gift to you today, for those 16ers on the call, I'm going to drop this in the thread. You guys are the only one going to know what's going on because everybody else is going to be like, oh, we just got some other information. I want you just to take some time and just look at it and try to put something together for next week. And even if it's just a bullet, at least I know that you guys are serious about what you're looking to do. And we're just going to help you get there. You know, my goal is to see each and every one of you successful and nailing 100 grand a year. I kind of put my numbers together for what I want to do in special disability travel for 2025. And I lowballed it, but I said, if I can at least bring in 10,000 in commissions, just 10,000 in commissions on special disabilities, I've accomplished my goal. So that means that if I'm looking to do 10,000, that means that I need to have 120,000 in my travel funnel for me to be able to just get paid 10%. And I'm worth 10%, so I went low, right? But, you know, make it measurable, make it attainable, and make it for real. So that's all I have for you guys today. We can open up for Q&A and questions. Any questions, comments? I know it was a lot. Guys,
Christina said she will like your Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok information.
okay. On Facebook, I'm Patrice Abels Vance. On TikTok, I am the Travelpreneur. On Instagram, you will find me on, I got so many Instagrams. But on Instagram, you'll find me under Miss Body and Soul Entertainment. On Malibu_Rose.
Oh my.
And then on LinkedIn, I'm under Patrice Abels Vance, and it'll have Danger Zone Travel and Divas in Power. I got tons of other ones, but these are the main ones that you can find me. And then on Twitter, I'm underneath Danger Zone Travel. Danger Zone _travel, but yeah, Danger Zone Travel. And you'll see a lot of my posting there for both disabilities and regular travel.
Okay.
I'm sorry, can you see your Facebook?
Facebook is Patrice Abels, ABLES, Vance, VANCE.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Are there any other questions?
Where can we see this recording?
The recording will be uploaded today. You'll be able to get it tomorrow. Okay. Now, are you in our Facebook group?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I'm going to drop the goals that I went over in the page in like the next 15 minutes.
Okay,
and the video will be available tomorrow.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
All right. Is there anything else?
Is that your, yes, Miss Patrice, is that your regular Facebook page or your disability Facebook page?
Are you on my disability Facebook page? Hold on for a second. You know what? Look, you know I got all these pages, right?
I know, but I like these
you guys. I want to make sure that I give you the right page. Hold on here, you guys. I'm not gonna tell you. Don't laugh at me if I tell you guys how many.
No, I got everything written down too.
Let me go in here. So let me go over here. So, man, I'm not gonna tell y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got like 9 different Facebook business pages. But anyway, you will find my page under Special Needs Travel by DZT. Okay.
Yes,
Special Needs Travel by DTZ. It's just
and this is where I'll find this tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's why I post a lot of everything on disabilities there.
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Any other questions or comments? Well, ladies,
question. There's another question from Anna. How Have you joined S&G for rentals for people with special disabilities?
What was that again?
Have you joined S&G for rentals for people with special disabilities?
Absolutely. That is the first organization that all of us should have joined when we first started the company. And I do utilize them for cruises and also utilize them for local. And I haven't had to utilize them for any land because I normally try to work with a company that's in whatever country we're going. So if it's Jamaica, we try to look at for Jamaica. But I have most definitely worked with them. And this is another great thing. They do a lot of great trainings. They set up a lot of great information, at least once or twice a month in their newsletter. They're a great organization. And I recommend, Anna, if you have not taken their SGA, their testing as a travel agent, I will recommend that you do so.
All right. That's all the questions, Patrice.
Well, ladies, as always, I want to tell you guys, thank you so much for getting on. I will be posting in the next 30 minutes the information I went over, and the video will be available for you guys tomorrow. We will be dropping the YouTube link in the page so you guys have access to it. So I'd like to tell you, thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing, I think you guys tomorrow on booking Q&A. I think Val and I are up tomorrow, but if not, we'll most definitely see you guys. Take care. Have a blessed day and have a great week on purpose. Bye.